Well, I guess we should probably talk about Bad Batch. It is one of the few teams that I haven't actually covered when it comes to the new raid, so I figured I'd put something together that could help you out. We've got an interesting little comp for you to try out. Let's roll it. The Order 66 raid is in full swing as we talk right now, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I am aware that currently the Bad Batch is being influenced by a positive bug that is benefiting us, and CG is looking to correct it. When that change has gone into place, we'll see if we need to adjust the strategies in order to make this a successful run. Currently, what is going on is there is a level 9 bonus that is impacting the Bad Batch at all tiers. I call it a level 9 bonus, the Relic 9 bonus to Bad Batch, which is the increase in accuracy, and the Marked. I believe the accuracy bonus isn't applying because Crosshair is still as blind as a bat, but the Marked are getting locked in. So I'm not sure if all of the bonuses are applying, but I know that the locked mark is happening. So when that disappears, we're going to have to reevaluate. But for now, I've got something in place for all of you straight away. So, standard Bad Batch, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk a little bit about modding first of all. Now, I tend to make my team tankier rather than more offensive when it comes to Bad Batch. I feel like survivability is almost more important. That doesn't mean you want to ignore offense though. So I'm going for a lot of bulk on my Omega over here. She's got protection primaries out the wazoo and a decent amount of speed rocking around. 281 speed, 116k protection, 93k health, and this is at Relic 8. I'm doing the Relic 7 tier though, because the rest of my Bad Batch are not Relic 7. Similarly, Hunter over here, Mr. Mercenary Man, I've got him running health sets. He's got an offset over here, sorry, an offense set, but again, we want protection primaries. Just make him survive. You do not want him to die at any point. All the same, 110k protection, 311 speed, not even a crit damage triangle, and we've got 8k offense, or 8.3k. Next up is Crosshair. I like to run an accuracy hour on this guy to try and help him actually land a hit at the start. It makes a big difference if you can take out Fox a little bit quicker because you land a lucky shot. If you've got a fast accuracy arrow like I've got over here, roll with it, get that crit damage on the triangle and offense on the cross, and then whatever you've got for the rest. Just try and make him deal some damage. 313 speed, 205.5% crit damage, and 10.5k damage over here. Next up, we've got Wrecker. I like to have my Wrecker nice and quick. We've got protection primaries across the board to make him chunky, 160k health, 321 speed, and a little bit of damage. Nothing too special there. Finally, Batcher. Batcher, once again, we are just going to run offense, offense, offense everywhere. You can throw a crit damage triangle if you want. 336 speed, 10.4k offense for me. And that's at Relic 7. All right, let's roll the footage and talk about the strat. So the same as always, we really want to be able to defeat Fox first and foremost. I'm going to start off with this second special over here, get that bleed on Fox, a little bit of damage on them, and also critically having that pinned so that they've got 25% less speed, because the Bad Batch in particular, Fox, when he has got debuffs, he gains 100% speed. I'm going to start off with the second special from Omega that's going to pass some turn meter to our team, and then Crosshair comes in, target himself with his first special. He's probably going to miss. We do the mass assist then with our Hunter. Should call in some good assists. Next up, just focus down on Fox as quickly as possible. Basic over there. Of course we miss. We've only got 8 stacks of Shaken left. Work our way through all the enemy attacks over here. Alright, great. And then we're going to mark on Fox and get the damage in. Fox is gone. Fantastic. Love to see it. We're going to use the event special ability over here, Dire Fortitude, and then we're going to focus on taking out Apo. Hopefully, your Crosshair now should be in a position where he can actually deal some damage and actually land some hits, particularly if you do have that accuracy arrow on him. You should definitely be landing it then. All right, let's look to heal up. I like to put it on Crosshair because if you max out his healing and do some additional damage over there, then you are going to be also decreasing his cooldowns. Okay, cool. So once you've taken care of the enemy Apo, you don't necessarily want to use the event special ability Subdued. I don't find it as that useful. If you've got your special available from Hunter, we're going to use it. Focus down on Disguised Clone Troopers. Those are the big ones right now. At this point, we can start calling in allies to assist. We've lost our Wrecker over there. Not a big deal. Nobody cares. We'll use the second special, and you should theoretically now be completely safe. Not a worry in the world. It is all about the first turn when it comes to this raid. I'm going to save that second special from Hunter because we want to be able to use it in the next round. Take out all of the enemies and just do our basics to get round into the next wave. Next wave then. What do we want to do? You want to focus on disguised clone troopers if you can. Otherwise, just take out the enemy, okay? Focus them down if you can. Great. Now don't forget, Batcher can ignore and target enemies in stealth. If that's the case and disguised clone troopers are stealth, use her first special, apologies, and that will mark one of those disguised clone troopers so that we can target them and just delete them off the board. Wonderful. I like to constantly try to decrease the cooldowns on our crosshair to get more of those executes available. Once again, Batcher, goodest girl, is able to target stealth units. We can use that to our advantage to take out the enemy disguised clone troopers. I mistargeted there, whilst we have the opportunity to. Let's go ahead and finish her off. Wonderful. Mass assist then. Probably should have gone potentially for the other one. Okay, no, we can just assassinate. And we're going to be absolutely fine from here. There's no real risk to our team now at this point. Just basics against Lord Vader. That's all you really need to do. And we're going into the final wave over here. Wonderful. Once again, priority units are always going to be the disguised clone troopers. Let's make sure we mark them up. And if we can, decrease the cooldowns on our crosshair using that big shot right there to take them out. Hopefully take out Nightfall Trooper now. Not quite enough damage, unfortunately. And go ahead, put some damage over on that disguised clone trooper. Take them out nice and quick. And once again, just loop back around. I should probably really just be calling calling Crosshair on himself. As you can see, once you've gotten around the first round, the rest of it, it really does just fall into place. Not a problem at all. You can put it on auto at this point and win for max banners. This is the R7 difficulty. The principles of how to do this should apply to every tier. Now, before we go, I do want to say that there is another setup that we can use that doesn't necessarily use Bad Batch or a full Bad Batch team. You can actually drop Wrecker, potentially even drop Batcher, and you can just throw in Hondo. Now, I know a lot of people would rather have a solo available for Hondo, but I find Hondo is actually better than running full Bad Batch, as crazy as that sounds. Hondo offers two things, really. One, good damage. Two, offers control. All right, and that's important because having control on the team means that the first wave becomes a lot easier to manage, especially if you've got your Hondo fast enough to go ahead and capture the Apo before Apo takes a turn and the rest of your Bad Batch do stuff. Even better. Alright, but the rest of it is going to stay the same. Going to go ahead and focus down on Fox. Just capture the Apo at the start with your Hondo. And then let the opener play out over here. Because you don't have Wrecker, of course, he's not there to tank the damage. That's okay. You could probably swap out Batcher and keep Wrecker in if you really wanted to. Let's go ahead. All in. And then with Hondo, call to assist on Crosshair. Okay? Wonderful. Let's see. Yep, I'm going to use the event special ability here to get that flag up. Get the extra bonus crit damage and just focus down on the enemy Apo. Should be a lot easier to take him out. And Hondo is just very, very useful in general. Hopefully they don't focus him down with the disguised clone troopers like that. That's a bit of a shame. That's a bit of a shame, but it shouldn't matter from here. Usually it is all about the opener. If you survive the opener, you are going to be tickety-boo, as it were. Let's see. That's just basic over here. And then use the execute. Dunzos. Wonderful. Fantastic. Get some bleed on the enemy team. And from here, as we know, it is going to be absolutely okay. Let's just keep on decreasing the cooldowns on our good boy Mr. Crosshair so that he can just pap people in the face. Ah, they survived. That's rude. And then we gotta dodge this. So rude. Very, very rude. Alright, cool. So going through to the next wave then. If you can, it's great if you can have like lots of TM on your Omega going into the wave so that you can then use her second special to pass turn meter to the whole team and all that good business. Let's go ahead and just call in my boy. Oh, that's rude. Totally should have just one-shot that disguised clone trooper. Gain some extra turn meter over here. Take him down. Big hits on disguised clone trooper. Wonderful. And yeah, let's get the bleed up as well. Oh, and the extra attack. Brilliant. There we go. We're looking good right now. We are looking good. Probably should have healed up Omega herself there. I'm just going to basic here. There's no point wasting that special. Fantastic. There we go. Final wave now. Now, usually you can actually survive with Hondo intact, but it wasn't to be the case for us this time. Let's go ahead and pass ourselves additional turn meter. Take out one disguised clone trooper, then go for the other one. Wonderful Batcher putting in some good work. Yeet. Not quite doing enough damage there. Call in yourself. Good boy, Crosshair. Decrease the cooldowns. Probably just put this on auto from here. I can't imagine that the AI can mess it up from here. So it's good to know. It's good to know that if you don't have, say, all of your Bad Batcher relics, you can sometimes swap out an additional unit for Hondo, and he makes that opener a little bit easier. If he does survive at the start, say you're using Wrecker instead of Batcher, you can also use Hondo to call Crosshair to assist. Help get rid of those shaken stacks and all that good business. But that is kind of it, ladies and gentlemen. Now, if you want, I can show you the modding I have on my Hondo. Generally speaking, pretty simple principles. You want him fast enough to overtake the enemy Apo. I have him at 310 speed, running a speed set, and the rest of it generally is survivability. Again, I like a lot of protection because if the enemy can't get rid of your protection, they can't put that locked heal immunity on you with disguised clone troopers, and it makes the run just a little bit smoother. So a couple of options available for you there on the Bad Batch. That was the R7 tier using mostly R7 units. Hondo and Omega were R8, but principles all apply the same, guys. Principles all apply the same. I will cover this team again when the nerf has come in. When they have fixed the bug that is causing the Bad Batch to gain that level 9 bonus, or at least some of it. When that fix comes in, we'll do some testing. We'll see if it fundamentally changes the way we have to run this Bad Batch team, and I'll make sure that you guys are fully aware of how those changes interact with this team. Furthermore, if I find any shortmans, I will try and get that done. It might only be possible at later levels. I'm not entirely sure. I think that there is hope there for a Hondo comp. Okay, cool. If this video was useful to you, please do hit that like button. If you need to see any more videos on the Order 66 raid, I've got a whole playlist full of teams, comps, from free to play all the way up to the big whaley boys, where you can score millions upon millions of points. I'll see you all in the very next video. Peace out, and may the Force be with you.